Rowdy Nation TV, welcome back to the channel. Do me a favor, guys, click that like button, subscribe to the channel. Click the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Rowdy Nation TV, let's get it. Okay, we got a high profile case that's going on right now that I feel that's not getting a lot of attention that it deserves. And that's the killing of Ahmaud Arberry. Now, Ahmaud Arberry, I know you guys, if you don't remember him, he was a black male, 25-year-old black male who was jogging in a white neighborhood, and he was ambushed by three of the residents that lived in that neighborhood. While he was jogging through that neighborhood, he was basically ambushed and killed in that neighborhood by a father and son duo and a neighbor who helped corner this kid and ambush this kid and shoot him, I think, 3 times with a shotgun. So this is a high profile case that's going on right now that I think a lot of us may or not are not paying attention to. I know I wasn't really paying a lot of attention to this case as much as I thought I should be. And I just wanted to make a video about it just to, to touch base to see what's really going on in this case. And it's a very tragic case that happened last year. It took like about 2 months for the grand jury to even bring charges in this case. And I think the 3 people who were trying to they were not a stand my ground law, but they was trying to make a civilian arrest, is what they call it. They accused this young brother of going into a construction site of a home where a home was being built, and that he was going in there, and which is true, but he never took anything out of there, and he wasn't the only person that was seen going into that construction site, where this home was being built. There was a lot of kids running in and out of that construction site. A lot of people was just going in to see the home that was being built, and he was one of them. And so I guess on one particular day when they seen him jogging down the street, they took it upon themselves to corner this man and try to make a civilian arrest when there wasn't really any they're going on what they thought. You know what I'm saying? You can't just jump up and, I think that's the man who did this, and go out and try to make a civilian arrest. You got to have probable cause at that point in time, is what I believe the law states down there in Georgia. But in any case, this young brother was ambushed while jogging down the street by 3 white men, and he was 25 years old. He was shot 3 times. Now, this story gets a little bit deep, like I said before, because it took the DA almost 2 to 3 months before they even filed charges and brought these 3 people to justice. Now, one of the guys who was a neighbor who was behind this kid, he was filming it, and his name was William Roddy Bryan. He's the guy who was filming it. Now, the other guys was Travis McMichael. That's the son, and his father, Gregory McMichael. Travis McMichael was armed with a shotgun, and the father, Gregory McMichael, was armed, I believe it was a .357 Magnum. And so basically, they filmed this on film, and I can't even really remember how the film got to become public. I think there might have been some witnesses saying that, yeah, this guy was following them and filming them. He tried to play the role that he was just filming this. He was just filming what was going on. But no, he was actually corralling, you know how you ambush somebody. I got somebody in the front and I have somebody in the back, and this guy, he couldn't turn around and go that way because this guy would block his path. So no, he was a willing participant in this young man's death. So like I said before, I think this is one of the most important cases right now in the past, in some years, besides Rodney King and O.J. Simpson trial. I think this trial should be worthy of notoriety like that, because this young brother, and here we are in the 21st century, and we're still having the same problems that we had from 50, 60 years ago. Young black men, basically it's a modern day lynching is what took place in Georgia. And me personally, I just think America is showing its true face and its true colors. It's like how far have we really come since marching in Selma, Alabama with Martin Luther King, and then every time you have a black martyr, somebody stands up and try to do the right thing, they get gunned down. So how far have we really come in this society when it comes to black people who look like me? So I think it really hits home when the killing of George Floyd, We can go back to so many other names that we can mention, right? That we can mention of all these brothers and sisters that we lost basically to the struggle, because we get killed for just driving black. We get killed for walking while we're black. A lot of things that other people take for granted, we get killed for. So, like I said before, I believe that this is one of the most high-profile cases that's going on right now, and I think that we really should pay more attention to this case. With me, especially, with all the news that we have on YouTube right now, it gets full of the same old. I get tired of seeing, this brother killed this brother. It's just a ever-ending flow of violence amongst each other. Right now we can't even walk down the street without, looking at it or acknowledging your brother without him maybe thinking that, you mean mugging or there's something going on there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, we've fallen tricked. We've been tricked, right? And I think, we need to get back to, loving ourselves and loving one another. But this right here is another reason why I think that, with Black Lives Matter, I heard somebody say Black Lives Matter, but I wish Black Lives Matters to black people. And I kind of agree with that. Not just only when the police are brutalizing us and killing us that we should stand up. I think any time that a black life is lost, whether it due to us killing each other or whether it due to the government killing us or the police killing us, I think black lives, we should all stand up and make a stand on that, regardless of who's out there maliciously killing us, every weekend, or every time they feel the need to stop and pull over a car and we cannot make it safely home. I think I think that Black Lives Matter should matter all the time in any incidents where we're losing a black life unjustly. That's just my opinion, right? But this trial has started. It's right now it's rivaling another trial that's up in I believe it's Minnesota, right? Where that young white kid, he killed two people, and he killed two people in Kenosha, Minnesota, I believe it is, and he's going to trial right now. And these two trials right now, that trial is getting more publicity than this trial right here. And I don't know if that young man's going to get off or not, but that's another story. I might do a story on that, but that's another story. But right now, the Ahmaud Arberry trial, I think that we really should be paying close attention to this. They've only got one black juror that was seated on that juror. So there's 11 white people who's trying to decide justice for these three white people. And also, so the judge already said that was some racial bias when it came to choosing the jury. So if you already noted and stated that there's racial bias in choosing the jury when you seated the jury, because every black person that the prosecution called, the defense attorney kicked them out. It was like, for whatever reason that it was. So you end up having just one black juror in a town where I believe 40% of the population is black. So I think that was unjust right there. So we're starting off. That's why I want to say this is like a modern day lynching right in front of our face. Like the stuff that they used to do. Even with the advantages with the we got the advantage of having cameras now that can capture all this violence that's been levied upon our people. We can capture this right now. But now it's like they don't even care anymore. It's like, okay, the camera's there. I'm gonna choke you out. I'm gonna put this knee on your neck right in front for the world to see. But this is the face of America, I believe, and there's no denying it now. There's no denying what America is. It's two different Americas for certain groups of people. It's not the American dream that some people are having. A lot of people can't aspire to even to get to that. I'm not saying that you can't with hard work. You know what I'm saying? But the deck is stacked against us. And this is the same old story. Like I said before, how far have we really come? I remember my grandmother and family members telling me, about the struggles they had back in the civil rights days when they were coming up, and how how these people, the government and white people used to do. I'm not trying to put this on all white people, but we see what it is. When those people stormed that Capitol, which is something that, my people could never do that. The things that took place on January 6th, which is another date that I think we should never forget. Like they said before, that date will live in infamy. You know what I'm saying?